It's Tuesday, 9-ish. Sports Block with J-Ritoc. Powered by the Monarchy. 2 weeks removed from the Super Bowl. You still feeling good?
Oh, hell yeah. Real good. Real good. Real good. Still.
I'll say, have you gotten sick of all the
Chiefs
crazy
hate?
talk? Yeah, because I was gonna say the Bengals fans is still on some bullshit. I'm like, man, that
Hey.
was damn near a month ago, y'all.
You know what? I'll say this. I have a newfound respect for punk ass Patriots fan. Because I was on the opposite end of Patriots. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, I'm not a Patriots fan, so I was definitely always criticizing and saying whatever I could whenever I could to, disavow their legitimacies. So, as a man, my bad.
You feeling it now?
I feel it now. But you know what? I love it. I really, truly love it.
Is it nice to be hated?
It's
and at least in this way.
In this way, yes. It is so awesome. Because anytime I watch Undisputed and Shannon get to talking about his homeboy, my homeboy. Oh, the look on punk ass Skip Bayless's face is priceless.
Man, is Mahomes gonna be his new LeBron?
Oh, he already is. He is definitely his new LeBron.
I don't know if he's there yet.
Oh, he is, because he's so much his new LeBron that he done eased up on LeBron. LeBron is almost an afterthought for Skip Bayless now, because he's focused on hating on my homeboy. Because everybody loved my homeboy.
Everybody.
Apparently, everybody don't love Eric Bienemy.
Well, your boy finally got him a new job, though. It wasn't the one that everybody thought he was going to get.
Oh, it was what I knew he was going to get.
But it was, a lateral move to a
well, it's not really, it's really a lateral move, yeah. But there's but they got the assistant head coach moniker, which is a step up. So, it's bullshit, but
But in the NFL, though, isn't the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinators in reality are assistant coaches. So it's really not a.
That's why I'm saying, it's bullshit. Yeah. But the actual title means that when they fire Ron Rivera before the end of the season, Bienemy's gonna be interim head coach.
Now, what if they ball out this year? Because everybody's expecting Rivera to get fired at some point.
I'm expecting Rivera to get fired. And you don't get fired if you ball out.
So you're saying Heineke ain't it? Wentz ain't coming back. Like, Wentz he's pretty much out of there.
Man, the only thing they got right now on offense is a couple of nice running backs, I think.
They wide receiver.
And they got a couple of wide receivers. And they got a nice tight end. And that's right up Bienemy's alley, though. He can work with that.
Front seven is hella decent.
It's decent. Yeah. They've invested in it. They could invest more in it, but they've definitely invested in it. The Commandos aren't a terrible squad. They just have a terrible name.
Extremely. It's one of the worst in professional sports.
Oh yeah.
Not just football, professional sports.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrible. But what's equally absolutely horrible is the fact that Eric Bienemy had to take that bullshit job in order to, quote unquote, get out of Andy Reid's shadow. When none of Andy Reid's other assistants who've been hired as head coaches had to do that stupid shit.
Right.
And then you got LaShawn McCoy running his yap about
threw him right under the bus.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. But Tyreek, I gotta agree with. I'm on Tyreek's side with this one because Tyreek rebuttal back with a shoot. He just mad because EB told him tuck that ball.
Yeah.
And LaShawn McCoy wasn't tucking that ball. He's out there carrying it like a loaf of bread.
And shit, not even that sometimes.
Oh, not even that sometimes.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody carry the ball like that and not fumble.
And
as
not
much.
fumble.
Yeah.
And he only had 3, which was amazing. Well, 3 that they lost. I think he had like 7 fumbles. And you wasn't touching the ball enough to be, in my opinion, to be afforded 3 fumbles, let alone 7. So, no, you're not going to tuck this ball. You can hit this bench. You still got a ring. You still got your checks. And you didn't have to go through all the wear and tear because you knew you wasn't playing.
Like, suit up, not even have to worry about.
He didn't even suit up. He was inactive.
Like
the last half of the season, he was inactive. So,
collecting the check.
Yeah, just get your money. Just get your playoff shares. Because even though you inactive, they still got to keep you around just in case. So, get your playoff shares, man. Just shut the fuck up. But you want to, I don't know, he told me he's cussing at me. Motherfucker, you in the NFL. How many times did you get cussed out to get to the NFL?
Too many.
Right. So did you think it was going to stop once you got to the NFL, got in the NFL?
I don't know. Maybe at that point, like you know what I'm saying, you're a professional, you're getting paid, you don't expect to have a grown man talk to you like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, that is your coach.
I don't think your coach is going to be cussing you out if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, now, coach may go heavy on you because you may be like the example of the squad, the team or that. So, if he don't go hard on you, he can't go hard on anybody else. Sometimes that's what you're getting paid for.
And McCoy is that wasn't.
And that wasn't McCoy though. Yeah, that was.
That definitely wasn't his case.
He was like 5th on the depth chart.
if that.
If that. So I don't understand how a cat could be mad at somebody that got him a ring.
So let's say the Reds are I almost called them the Skins.
Los Skins.
Let's say the Commandos start off. Like, what's the worst that they can do in order for Rivera to keep his job before Bienemy takes the reins?
I think Rivera actually has to do semi-decently because of how they performed towards the end of this past season. So I think Rivera has to go. I think he has to go at least 3-3 in the first 6.
So they just can't come out on some bullshit. Like they gotta go 500 first half of the season.
They got in the first, we'll say first third of the season because it's 18 weeks now. So they gotta. I think he has to go at least 500 in the first third of the season.
So what do they give Bienemy? Like let's say they do get rid of Rivera.
I think Rivera would be week 8.
But I mean, do they
maybe week 9?
Do they just give Bienemy the reins like here on out, or is it a?
Oh no, it's interim. It's interim. Definitely gonna be interim. That's why they gave him the assistant head coach title. Because when they fire Rivera, it'll be Bienemy. Now, what my hopes are, and I hope, well, I don't want to say my hopes. If Rivera gets fired, I'll put it that way, because I don't want anybody losing their job necessarily. But if Rivera gets fired, my hopes are that Bienemy can go like 500 for the remainder of the season, because I think that would really put him in a good position for a head coaching gig somewhere. Maybe not necessarily with the Commandos, but somewhere. Because you got the squad that, you know what I'm saying, now you called the plays, you actually head coached for about, 10 weeks. If he can go 5-5 or 6-4, hell, if he could turn it around and make the playoffs, considering they're in the NFC East and considering they're in the NFC, that's that wouldn't be like far fetched because they were only a game away this past season, and I think they're pretty much bringing everybody back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but or I'd like to see them just go, what I guess 10-7, 9-8, and or they can have a shitty record, but the offense looks good, and it's not Eric, it's not Bienemy's fault.
Right.
So because it's I said it last week, and I'll say it again. It's real bogus that the offensive and defensive coordinators from the Eagles got head coaching gigs, and they lost the Super Bowl. Eric Bienemy's won 2 of them and been to 3, and been in 5 straight AFC Championship games.
Lateral move.
Kind of a step back, really, because it's the Commandos. Yeah. I mean, this is like going from UCLA to South Central Community College.
I don't know if it's that much of a step down. More like UCLA to
Inglewood Community College.
Because I mean,
it'd be like going from UCLA, it'd be like going from Tennessee to Memphis.
Okay. That's a decent comp right there.
In a legitimate, in a serious manner, it'd be like going from Tennessee to Memphis. It's not necessarily a bad gig that you go into, but it is a little bit behind the maneuvering of the gig that you were at. So, yeah.
Now, do you think that they forced him out? No matter what happened?
Well, his contract was up, so and they weren't going to re-sign him.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, why? Like, what were the real issues you think? Like, it
they got to clear the way for Matt Nagy.
But is Nagy that much better of a play caller or whatever he does?
No, I don't think
to what
so.
Bienemy does?
I don't think so, but that's who's after Andy Reid retires. That's who is in the front running, in my opinion, to be the next head coach.
Well, shit. Let's talk about it. How much longer do you see Reid coaching the Chiefs?
He's 63 now. Shoot, I see him going about 5 more years, maybe 6. I can see him going a little longer than that if it, depending on his health and stuff. But I easily see him going 5 more. Definitely see him going 3 more. And I think it also depends on how many Super Bowls they can win over the next 3 years. If they mess around and hit the back-to-back next year and then, miss a year and then win another one, he might retire because that's 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
That definitely gets him in the Hall of Fame.
Well, he's in the Hall of Fame already.
I would think so, but
I mean, you have the most wins for 2 different organizations. You got 2 chips. Like he probably was in the Hall after the first chip.
I would like to think so, but the Hall and coaches, they kind of it's not. I don't know who you think the shoe-ins are ain't necessarily been shoed in. So, but I do think he's a Hall of Fame coach already. Just like I think Mahomes is a Hall of Fame player right now.
Yeah, because what's the name from the Steelers, Cowan?
No, Coach Cowan.
Yeah, I'll say he got in. So if he got in with 1, and he coached, the Steelers for what, a decade maybe?
Shoot, longer than that. Longer than that, because I want to say Chuck Noll retired in the
90s,
like 94. 94 sounds right. So it was Cowher from then till
like 90 or
like 2007. Whatever the buses last year, I want to say was Cowher's last year.
And that was because they won in 06.
And they won buses last year.
That was against the Seahawks in 06.
and it was in Detroit. Because I was like, they having a Super Bowl in Detroit? Oh, niggas gonna get robbed.
Man.
Start doing heroin. Because Detroit got that good heroin, from what I'm told.
BMF.
Haven't watched the episode.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Anything that comes on them,
Stars.
yeah, HBO Max, all that shit on.
P
I don't
Valley.
really fuck with it.
All that, yeah. I have, it just didn't even seem like entertaining stories. I already know the story of BMF.
Yeah.
I'm
So
old.
we was alive.
Yeah, I'm old.
That shit happened.
That shit just happened like 15 years, or just wrapped up like 15 years ago.
Say a lot of them niggas is still in jail.
Still in jail. Couple of niggas ain't getting out.
Ever.
Unless they make cocaine legal. And they not finna do that.
At least not soon in the United States.
No, sir. Yeah, but I thought it was a fairly bullshit maneuver about Eric Bienemy. And I can't reiterate that enough. Mans didn't call plays, but he definitely had a voice in the play calling decisions. He the plays that the Chiefs scored the same play, both sides from different opposite sides of the field, when they just ran the split out. That was Bienemy play. He's like, shit, man, look, I've been watching the film, I've been watching the tape. They're gonna fall for this. I think the first time Andy Reid was like, man, they ain't finna fall for this, and they fell for it.
Wide open.
And then he was like, they'll fall for it again. And man, they ain't finna fall for it. Oh, they fell for that shit again.
It's like we just gonna flip it.
Hit the what was the square button or the R2 button?
Pretty much.
R2 flip.
Them niggas was like, what is going on? Touchdown.
You be illin'.
But yeah, one thing I am tired of hearing the Eagles fan in that call, that holding call. At this point, they're not listen. Eagles
there's
fans,
nothing that can happen to change it.
Yeah, they're not gonna take the Super Bowl trophy from Kansas City at this point. So hey, y'all got next year.
Even when and I know it's frame by frame, but even when you do the frame by frame, there's like 5 frames of old boy pulling at his jersey.
He has a handful of jersey.
It doesn't matter where you are on the field. If that's happening, that's defensive holding.
Every time.
They
just don't call it every time. But it
because
is.
Sometimes it's not as egregious as that. But that he held, and that was the first time he held him. Then he held him a second time. So I could see if it was if they didn't have the jersey hold one, and they just called the because the second one is a little more let them play. No, I'm not going to deny that. But the first one with the actual jersey pull, oh no, I can't let you have that. We getting that one every time.
Well, I got a crazy stat since y'all did just win the chip. Basically, since 2018, the Chiefs have more postseason wins. That's 11 of them in the last 5 years. And I'm about to name out these teams. This sounds crazy.
Probably some teams all the time.
Yeah, I had to look this up. So since 2018, the Chiefs have more playoff wins than the Ravens, the Browns, the Texans, Colts, Jaguars, Chargers, Vikings, Giants, the Seahawks, Cardinals, Bears, Raiders, Dolphins, Commandos, Steelers, Panthers, Falcons, Lions, Jets, and Broncos combined. That shit don't even sound right, and I really went and looked that shit up, and it is an actual fact. That's a damn shame.
It's good to be a Chiefs fan.
Man, and if you a fan of any of them teams, I'm sorry.
I'm not. I am not at all.
But you know who they didn't list on there though?
Yeah, they didn't say nothing about the Titans.
These guys right here.
That's all right. That's cool. Y'all not a factor.
In 3 years we will be. Remember I said that. 2026. The Titans in the chip.
Uh,
Mark that down.
they're gonna be in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
We getting relegated back to college ball.
At least y'all be in the SEC.
Hey, as long as we get a chip.
Y'all gonna lose to Vanderbilt though, so it's gonna be kind of a tense situation in Tennessee. They're like, hey man, we weren't supposed to lose to y'all.
Man.
Vanderbilt gonna be like, eat a dick, old niggas.
No, we got the new stadium coming, so the NFL they gonna throw us some love. Whenever
you'll get a
team
Super Bowl.
Whenever a team gets a new stadium, they
Chiefs ain't got no new stadium.
Yeah, but y'all got that dude though.
Oh, we got that. Oh, mama to go to that man again.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Sometimes when you got that guy, yeah.
Mama to go to that man. They go to that man. My homeboy.
And for barring any major like career-ending injury, I really see Mahomes getting at least 5.
Oh yeah.
I see him with 5 when it's all said and done. Now will he hit Brady numbers?
I mean, if he can get to 5, he can get to 7.
I don't know. In this day and age.
Hey. I think I really do believe they getting it back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be 3 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they get the back to back, they're not gonna get the 3-peat. But I think they coming right back after after not winning that year and coming back and winning, they could do another back to back. It's okay. Let's see. 3 years from now is when I think Travis Kelce either retires or falls off.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have his replacement in play? And they kind of do. Noah Gray, Jody Fortson, Justin Watson. Even though he's not a tight end, but he's a big dude. Because Kelce is the moving factor with in this offense. Even though it's all relegated, it's all run through that and I'm gonna go that man again. Kelce is the one who dictates and determines how it's run.
Well, let me ask you this. Let's say they kept Tyreek and got rid of Kelce. Do y'all still win the chip?
Nope.
So you're saying so Kelce really is the
Yep.
He's the oil to make the machine go.
He was for a year and a half before Patrick Mahomes even started being the starter quarterback when he still had Alex Smith. This offense, or the way that Andy Reid is running this offense, is tight end driven.
Well, if you got 3 more years of them, I can see y'all winning next year. I mean, because we not gonna be in it. We don't have a quarterback. And as far as the West goes, I mean, depending on what Peyton does with the Broncos, like that's.
I am I don't know, man. Maybe it's my hubris of 7 straight AFC West championships. I ain't worried about Sean Payton right now this year. I think Sean Payton needs a couple of years before the Broncos are, because he's got to convince quite a few cats to stay. Because
they don't have to do anything with the defense, though. That's the. I mean, he's walking into a situation where you have at least a top 6 or 7 defense. Like
yeah, but
they
ain't had to do nothing with that defense for the past 4 or 5 years, and that ain't really done them no good because the offense is terrible.
And he's an offensive.
He's an offensive guy.
So
he's got to fix Russell Wilson.
And if that can happen, I mean, you looking at.
I mean,
Russ,
if anybody can, he can.
Yeah,
I think.
So you're looking at him. You're looking at Hubert and in Los Angeles.
Oh, Herbert's.
And then depending on what the Raiders do, I don't know. The AFC West might be a little bit tougher than what y'all are thinking.
I mean, the Raiders would have to get Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, for them to be an issue.
Okay.
Or maneuver some way to get Lamar Jackson.
And both are actual possibilities.
It's possible. You know, it's anything. But the Raiders don't have money for either of them. Because if you trading for Lamar Jackson, which is what they would have to do, shit, one, they ain't really got no picks that's, like worth trading for. Unless you start doing future picks, with first round 2024, 25 or whatever. But I think it's only so far ahead that you can go when doing your picks.
Now this sounds crazy, but Carr's not there anymore. That's one of the main reasons why Adams went. What if the Ravens sign Lamar? What if they franchise him, but then trade Adams for Lamar? You come together, you put together some type of package, some future first and seconds.
So Devontae Adams goes to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, he's gonna be mad, motherfucker, out there too, because
he
ain't no quarterback.
Yeah, but he don't want to be with the Raiders because he went there for a car.
I don't think he necessarily went there for a car. I think Carr being there was a bonus.
You think?
I think I think he just wanted out of Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers was being all flippy floppy, wishy washy, and not saying what he was gonna do. And Devontae Adams didn't have time to be waiting on Aaron Rodgers' 11th hour call.
But he would have chose. You telling me he chose a maybe in Carr over?
Well, I wouldn't have maybe.
Just playing with Rodgers.
That wasn't a maybe. That was a definite. He knew Carr was gonna be there, and he knew he'd already played with him at Fresno State, so they was good. Little did he know, the rest of the squad was ass, except for Max Crosby and Waller.
That wasn't great, and I'll say that shit. Waller didn't even play half the season.
Waller didn't, yeah. So ass. The Raiders were ass.
So a way too early prediction. Who wins? Well, who takes second? Because I see you winning. You got the Chiefs winning the West.
Oh yeah, Chiefs winning the West.
So who's second in the division?
That's interesting. I'm honest. I think I got to go with the Chargers because they've already what's his name Herbert has already run Kellen Moore's offense before. So I think I don't think it's going to take him long to get reacclimated to it, and I think that depending on what they can do with like Keenan Allen.
I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think he is. Honestly, I think he's about to be a Chief. Don't be surprised.
Y'all really are one dude on the Chiefs. Like, why?
Hey,
he doesn't really fit y'all's offense.
Neither did. Okay, Juju did fit our offense, but
and Juju's way faster. Like Allen he's lost a couple steps.
Oh yeah, he's definitely lost a couple steps. But I'm not signing him to be my number one. You know what I'm saying? I'm signing him because shit, he still got a lot of tread on that tire. He talked that shit, but he backs it up if he's on the field. You just got to make sure he's on the field.
He's on the field. That's the key. Availability.
Man, it's the best ability. So ain't no telling. But I wouldn't be surprised if he wound up being a Chief. But I know he's not going back to the Chargers. That's for sure.
How y'all gonna make the money work? And I'm only asking this because I know Veach can find a way somehow to make it work, which I still don't understand.
Oh, we got decent money available. We're not like it, the most money available and nothing like that. But we got a decent, enough to be able to sign a couple of cats and get our draft picks under contract.
Yeah, I think
Veach is the magic man. He the Magic Man.
Yeah, I think the West, and this is just like I'm saying. This is a way too early prediction, but I see the Chiefs winning it. Unfortunately, I really see the Broncos like actually doing something. I think the defense was too good this year that Peyton is gonna come in. He's gonna fix whatever Russ got going on that's been fucked up. If it can be fixed, Peyton can fix it. And if that's the case, I really see them competing with y'all for that first place in the division next year.
Well,
It's way too many pieces. They really have a lot of pieces, and Russ was just really that bad last year.
oh, Russ was horrible last year. Bad is not even the word for what Russ was. Russ was fucking terrible, and you have to add the fucking when you say it. It's not just
Not
he
just
was fucking terrible.
Fucking terrible.
You know what I'm saying? Russ. Oh my God. I don't know what was worse, his play or Broncos country.
That's right.
That's right. And this motherfucker did that shit consistently throughout the entire season. Hey, Russ, psst, y'all like 5-11, my boy. Don't nobody want to ride with you, man. That's like riding with a drunk driver.
Yeah, so everybody hopped off the wire.
Hopped off. Yeah, man. This guy. Jennison said, "Yeah, talk that," because you said the Broncos was going to finish second place and contend for the West.
Didn't say they was gonna win it.
Oh no, the Chiefs should win the West. Chiefs should win the West for the eighth season in a row next year.
Don't y'all want some comp though?
Oh, shit! Let everybody tell it. We wasn't supposed to be no comp at all this year.
Yeah.
When we traded Tyreek.
Because I've watched a lot of those. They didn't put together.
They put. Yeah, I remember.
Shit.
I remember. You remember we were doing episodes back then. I was like, hey man, the prognosticators said
y'all's head.
and I said, but what I kept saying, I said, hey, they not seeing what we seeing. The Chiefs gonna win at least 12 games. And what they do, 14 and 3.
14-3.
It should have been 15-2, but I think they needed to lose that fucking game to the Colts, as you know what I'm saying, as a fuck off game, to not have no more fuck off games. Because the other two games that they lost this season, they actually lost. They got beat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about them.
Well, did you check out the NBA All-Star Weekend?
Nope. Not a lick. Didn't waste any energy watching none of that bullshit. Because they scored 184 game in the fucking all.
This nigga Tatum put up a double nick on their ass.
Man, when I'm watching Sports Center Sunday night, and I'm watching the highlight, or my bad, the quote unquote highlight. Man, it's just dudes standing around under the basket.
Yeah.
It's like warm up drills before you playing on the streets. Nah. You want to bring something else back? Bring back the old 90s All-Star games. They played them joints like it mattered. They played them joints like, hey, if we lose this game, I'm gonna fuck y'all up.
Because I've seen more competition at a YMCA pickup game before. Like seriously, that shit was terrible.
And look, y'all are the best basketball players on the planet.
The planet, Earth, of the world, Craig.
Of the world. And you mean to tell me that even as the best, that you couldn't stop somebody?
Wasn't even trying.
Man, I ain't see no hands up on defense.
And the All-Star Weekend, just all the festivities, like the dunk contest.
Man, plus, let's keep it all the way funky, man. All-Star Weekend was whack as fuck because it was in Salt Lake City. Didn't nobody want to be there. Did nobody want to be? Even the Utah Jazz was mad that it was in Salt Lake City because they was like, "Fuck, we can't go
You can't go
nowhere."
nowhere. We just stuck at the crib.
Fuck.
No clubs to go to after the festivities.
Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Club in my basement.
Now I can't say that Salt Lake City it's a beautiful city though, especially driving to it, like driving through the Rockies and all through Utah. It's a beautiful,
I'm not
like beautiful landscape.
I'm not
It just ain't
denying
shit
that.
to do.
But there is absolutely not a motherfucking thing to do.
At all.
Man, look, we were on tour one year and we drove up through Utah and we kind of took a little break in Salt Lake City. We went to a liquor store. Dude was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't sell you any liquor because you don't have a state ID." We was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, it's bullshit, I know." So he told us that if we wanted to get a drink, we had to go to the airport, go to one of the lounges in the airport, and become a member of the club or whatever, and then we could get a couple of drinks.
Hold on. Run that back.
I don't think
So-
it's like this now, but this is a few years back when we were on tour.
But was this just a liquor store? Like, would it have been the same like if y'all would have went to a club or?
There were no clubs. We had to become a member of a club. It wasn't like a club, like a club.
The
You know, like
airport club.
yeah, the gentleman's club of the airport or something stupid. It was. We was like, yeah, we not finna do none of that shit.
I'll say you can have 7 wives, but you can't have a drink.
Well, if you got a state ID, you can get all the liquor you want. I was like, huh? I've never, ever, ever heard of no stuff like this.
Will not be returning to Utah.
Well, I'll probably have to drive back through it a few more times. Get back to doing some touring maybe. But it's also loosened up since then too. So I don't know how loose, but I know it ain't like loose. But it might be, well, you know what? If you got a state ID, it might be loose. Shit.
Do
My black
everything
ass
out
got
there.
this Missouri ID. They like, tighten up. We don't even care that you black. You not from here.
But yeah, I'll say the dunk contest. I think dude's name was McClung.
Mac
That-
McClung.
That won it. I think it's really time to do away with that.
Been time.
And at this point, I mean, the 3-point contest was way more exciting than the dunk contest, and the skills challenge like that. Like as far as All-Star Weekend goes, I'm thinking that's all it needs to be. Like take the game away. And I hate saying that because I mean, shit, I want to see like the Pro Bowl. I actually want to see that game.
I'm tired of the Pro Bowl too. I'm glad they changed it to flag football or whatever, because I'm still not watching it. But at least it seems like it's more entertaining and they can actually have some sort of a showcase of skills.
But some of the shit they was doing, like the egg toss and the
I
all
didn't
that
see none of
goofy
that other
shit.
stuff.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
some
wouldn't
goofy
watch.
shit going
Now
on.
that the relay thing that they were doing, where they were pulling the weights off on one side, and then they everybody pulled the chain. Yeah, that shit was corny.
They might as well just do the combine for the Pro Bowl from now on.
They might as well
Like
be
niggas
like,
is, hey, just run a 40.
"What's your 40?
Yeah.
What's your new 40? Cause
What's your vert?
see how much faster you are than when you came in the league. You slow now, son.
How many reps of 225 can you do?
Ooh, that'd be the one. That would be the one. Because if you can't at least do 5 more than what you did then,
Shit, I don't know.
you should be able to do. I don't know, because it was cats that couldn't do 1.
Yeah, it was everybody besides the punters and the kickers. Like
Nah, it was
you can't do 225 as a
it was a few
professional
wide
football
receivers.
player,
It was a few
shit,
wide receivers that was getting like 1 or 2 off.
that's a damn shame.
They wasn't the strongest. They was lighting the ass.
But yeah, shout out to Dame Dollar for winning the 3-point contest. I mean, that nigga put up like 20, it was 26 in the final round. Like he was on fire.
That's Larry Bird numbers.
Yeah, he took his
wasn't-
warm off off.
He wasn't missing.
Nah, he really wasn't. Like he was for real on.
But you know,
fire.
I like Dame Dollar.
Yeah.
Dame Dollar got game.
You say he a baller. And he's one of the few NBA players that is always gonna get my respect because dude didn't leave and he ain't try to put together a super team.
Well, he wanted other cats to come out there, but he didn't like push the issue about it. He was okay with them doing it through the draft, and the occasional free agent that wasn't necessarily, was probably more role player than star. I felt kind of bad for him when they traded C.J. McCollum.
Yeah.
Because I liked seeing them play together. They could cook.
Most definitely.
It wasn't. I don't think it was too many games that they would necessarily be quote unquote out of when they were together, just because they could turn it on when they want to. I mean, CJ's lighting it up down in New Orleans, you know.
They got way better squad down there though. And them young boys,
Because they younger.
Yeah.
Because if they can figure out how to use Zion, so he can play more than like 4 games in a row.
You ain't supposed to be that big and that fast. Like the reason why that nigga's body ain't holding up because he's 280 pounds with a fucking 45-inch vertical. Like that's not supposed to happen. Your body's not supposed to be able to do that at that size.
It's probably not, but he can.
And that's what I'm saying.
And
He's
the
not
reason,
supposed to.
well, the reason he's getting hurt, a lot of it is because I don't think he had a proper workout regimen or stretching. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of cats will go, lift weights and shit, but you gotta be flexible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of cats really get out there and get their stretch on properly. So I don't know.
Man,
I don't know shit.
You in this stretching. I'll say you in this stretching.
Hey man, stretching is the key, man. I need to start doing more. But shit, stretching is it, man. That's how a lot of cats get their exercise in. Get a good stretch in, break your little sweat.
Now, would you take it as far as yoga or just stretching?
I would do some yoga probably. I've done a class in a few years ago. Took a class, did it one day. It was a free class. I went in, farted a couple times.
Had to release the bowels.
Hey, we hit I don't even know what the position was called. I said, oh, my bad.
The lady was just like, yeah, this your last time.
That came out of nowhere. I would have definitely tried to put the clamps on that one, y'all.
So you be in an awkward position sometimes, though. You can't hold it in.
That kind of stank, too. That one came from deep within. I'm sorry, y'all. My soul feels cleaner.
The yoga cleanse.
Man. Nah, but stretching is important. Make sure you get your stretch on.
You hear that, kids? Get your stretch on.
If there's any kids watching this, your parents ain't shit.
At all.
Boy.
But let PL tell it, you can gain an extra 1 to 2 inches.
You can.
If you stretch.
If you get your stretch on.
So stretch, y'all.
And especially if you're a young kid or if you're younger, you know what I'm saying? Because your body's more pliable. Oh, yeah, man.
Things I wish I knew.
Mess around and go get you an adjustment at the chiropractor or something. Just because they straightening you out, you get an inch right there. But oh, shit. You're like, damn.
It's like, why are my jeans hot waters all of a sudden?
Man, that nigga Jason was 6'1", man. We didn't even know. Shit. Run around, I thought he was 5'10" or something. He's actually tall.
Man. See, the NBA All-Star game, it was
Boo. Like I said, I didn't even watch it. I just watched highlights, or my bad, highlights on SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt, and even he was kind of like, yeah, this is some bullshit. He got 55 though.
yeah.
That was
I mean,
that's
again,
impressive.
That's impressive. Yeah.
That was impressive. But it wasn't.
Because I mean, it's a glorified pickup game at this point. But scoring 55 in any
At this point, it ain't even a glorified pickup game. It's just it's the shoot around, because that's nobody's.
So they're pretending to be cones on defense.
They just. Oh, go ahead, man. Get that dunk off. I'm about to run down here and do the same thing real quick. Oh no, for real. Go ahead. No, for real. Go ahead.
And I know we talked about this. Was it 2 weeks ago before the Super Bowl? But the pitchers and catchers.
Oh yeah.
Reported. Royals fans, listen to me. This ain't the year. I've been going over the roster the last few days. This ain't it.
You don't think so? I'm thinking this is a
tops, 65 tops.
Oh no! I think they
65 tops.
I think they hit 77. And I honestly think they have a decent shot. I think it depends on how the first month goes. But I really think they have a decent shot at playing 500 ball. Because they were playing above 500 ball at the end of last season. When the coaches finally let the young kids cook. They took they had their lumps and bumps that they was taking, but they was playing like some 510 ball, 520 ball, 530. You know what I'm saying? They were.
It's gonna take a lot.
Oh, it's gonna take a lot on everything. But the Twins, I feel like they've taken a step back. The Tigers, I don't know what they doing. They don't know what they doing right now.
And plus, they old.
Yep. Still got Miggy. The White Sox. I don't know what to say about the White Sox. I might get stabbed next time I'm in Chicago if I say the wrong thing, because White Sox fan kind of crazy too. Shit. Who else is in the division? Oh, the
Guardians. Now is that the dumbest? Let's talk about this. Okay, so all the squads that had like Native American-esque names that have had to change. The Chiefs are coming up.
Oh yeah.
But what are the Guardians or the Commanders a worse name from what they were? Because I mean the Redskins. Let's be honest. The Redskins was kind of a cool ass name for a sports team. It's hella racist, but that shit was kind of dope for.
But
for a sports
the
team.
fact that the racism was so up front.
It was right in your face. It was right in your face.
It was like right there. You didn't have to look for the racism on
At
that.
all.
It was definitely right there. There, the name and the logo.
And I mean, the Indians weren't too bad, but yeah, the Redskins, like let's just be honest, them motherfuckers really did need to change that shit. Like
They
50
should have
years
changed
ago.
that shit a long time ago. That shouldn't even ever been in play.
At all.
Hey man, look, we gotta come up with a name that's kind of fucked up, but
I kinda.
halfway kind of cool, but still fucked up.
And we're gonna get this shit off for 70+ years.
We got to. We got to. It's the American way. Oh, I got it.
Living the dream.
I got it. Nigga scalps. Nah. That's too forward.
And we in DC. That's not gonna fly.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly. We need the niggas. Look, I got it. What you got? Chinaman.
I don't know if that's gonna work either.
I don't think that's gonna work either, man. It just don't have a good ring to it. But St. Louis.
What are we gonna put on the helmet?
Might pick some fried rice.
What would the helmets look like though if it was the Washington Chinamans?
Take out
the box on the side.
the fold up box.
Oh shit! With some chopsticks on the side.
Some soy sauce packets. Oh shit! Oh man!
It was like
I know. I got it.
The Washington greasers.
We took the land from the natives, right? Man, they used to call them the Redskins because their skin was, reddish brown. Let's do that. See, that's like blatant, but it still sound kind of like we jeffing, even though we not
At all.
But it sound like we are, but we not. We gonna even make a song called "Hail to the Redskins."
Wow. And that was the one they went with, y'all.
For 70+ years.
In the state capital, though. Like
No, not the state capital.
Oh,
Nigga, the
the
country's
the
capital.
country's capital. Lord have mercy.
In the stadium named after John F. Kennedy. JFK Stadium.
Wow. America the beautiful.
Man.
So how long are they gonna let the Chiefs keep that name?
I don't know about if it's how long they'll let them. I think it's how long until the Chiefs just go ahead and do the right thing. And that, my friend, is a damn good question.
I mean, cause y'all are in the national spotlight, and you have been, and as long as Mahomes is as long as he's that dude,
He's the eyes gonna be OKC. And even though, you remember a couple of years ago when they said that, no more headdresses and Indian, Native American imagery and all that shit, but they still do the drum, but they still do the tomahawk chop. They still play the chant over the loudspeakers. Come on, y'all. You got to do better.
but it's not that has nothing to do with the Indian heritage though.
Absolutely nothing.
At all. It's a different type of chief.
Completely. This made up shit. Yeah.
And we gonna go with that
Now,
until we can't no more.
somebody, was it you? Or somebody was saying they should, or it might have been Rockwell saying they should go with the Kansas City Kings.
Yes, that definitely wasn't me.
And I was like, nah, that's a stupid football team name. And it's only one Kansas City Kings.
Yeah.
And we holding that name for when they come back. Because they going to come back.
Nah, Sacramento never let them go.
Oh, they coming back.
They never letting them go. That's all they got.
That is all they got. That and Brother Luncheon and Sibo.
Shout out to AWOL.
Oh, I guess they got Mozzie too.
Yeah. I'm thinking a couple more years. I seriously think if the Chiefs, especially if y'all win a chip next year,
I think that it would be Andy Reid's last year that they would when they change it. So he would be the first coach of whatever the new, whatever the new name is, and the last coach of the Chiefs. So we may have it may be 3 years, maybe 5 years. I don't know. Racism runs strong in Kansas City, boy.
Yeah.
They may never change shit. They don't give a fuck.
No, I think at some point it has to change.
Oh, I would think so.
Because they're the last.
They are about the last because the Blackhawks in Chicago.
But that's not really
that the Blackhawks if I'm not mistaken are cool. They got their shit worked out, so they all good. You know what I'm saying? They got their permission slip. And then Florida State, they got their shit worked out with the Seminole Nation. So they got their permission slip. So I guess the Chiefs got to get down with Tribal Mikosay real heavy. Because that's who H-Row Bartle was the chief of. We'll talk about that on a Friday night. But that's what the quote-unquote Chiefs allegedly are, is H-Row Bartle. It's not the Native American chief of a tribe. Even though we all know that's not the fucking case.
That's what they've been going with, though.
That's what they've been going with. But when you go back to the old imagery from the 60s and 70s and the super chief that was running wild over like 6 states.
With the horse.
Come on, guys. And then the horse was named the crazy war paint. Damn, what the fuck, yo? That's blatant.
Super blatant.
You name the field Arrowhead. Come on, man. You got it off for like 60 years.
But people weren't really asking questions either, though.
They didn't give a fuck. Did not give a single solitary fuck. And see, now I'm sounding like I'm against quote-unquote woke shit. Because I'm really and truly not. I don't think that there really is such thing as woke shit. I think there's people being good humans and then people being fucking assholes and dicks. And not cool assholes like me.
You say just straight up assholes.
Yeah, just you want to punch them in their fucking mouth. I'm an asshole for the joke. I'm not, I don't mean none of the shit that I'm saying. I'm cracking jokes. Jiggity jokes. These motherfuckers out here for real talking about your dead parents and shit. Hold up, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, big dog?
But meaning it.
And yeah.
Like really meaning it.
Hold on, man. About to get fucked up. I keep that thing on, man. That's my horrible rendition of Thing on Me by J-Ritoc.
They need to know, though. They need to know.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I ain't on no paper or no parole. I ain't no felon.
Man, speaking of crimes, you fucking meth heads down in Midtown.
Oh, man, Midtown meth heads. Shout out to the Midtown meth heads.
Motherfuckers broke into my car, didn't steal shit but my fucking ashtray and my coin tray.
Coin tray.
Who the fuck does that? It was like $1 and pennies in that bitch.
And half a black.
A half a black and mild. No, it was a whole one and a half one.
Oh, black and a half?
Yeah, it was a black and a half in that.
It was like, oh shit, nigga, black and a half.
Man, walked out to my car this morning. Was about to go to Gates. Looked in my car, just saw papers and shit everywhere. I was like, hold up, I'm not this fucking messy. And then opened up the damn door, yeah. Got to looking at shit. It was like, damn, ain't nothing missing but my fucking ashtray and the little, I got a little shit in the armrest that I keep like pennies and nickels and dimes in. Motherfuckers was just in for it, yeah. That shit is kind of frustrating. But I got the car. At least they ain't steal the fucking car. So glass half full, I guess.
Yeah, you know. That
Nigga
is what it is.
Nigga might have had to Uber here.
Oh. We'd have just called it off for the night. I'm like, hey man, you got your car stolen. we can take a night off or two. You know, it's all good.
Get a break for the evening.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, you know, Kansas City has horrible public transportation.
Man.
Some of the worst in the nation.
Damn,
and they
son.
just put the fucking fare back on the bus.
Oh damn! They took that shit away for a long ass time, didn't
It was free for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's dope. That people can maneuver around the city like they need to for free. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's one less expensive. Oh, what the fuck y'all mean? Y'all putting a man, boo.
Well, I say speaking of KC, something that I came across in my Facebook scrollings that I also had to take a look and do a little research just to make sure that this was an actual fact. But since it is Black History Month, one of the crazier stories that I have ever heard and seen, the great Satchel Paige actually played for the Kansas City Athletics.
Oh yeah.
Was the oldest player in the history of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, niggas
to suit up and
like
play.
67 years old or something, man. He was like 69 or something, huh?
Yeah, it's 59.
59. I thought he was like 67 or some shit, man. Hey, man, Satchel Paige was old as fuck when he was playing for the when he played for the A's that game. I was like, God damn.
One of the craziest
How is
stories
Satchel
I've ever
Paige
seen.
playing for the A's? This is ridiculous.
But just the fact that he could actually get up.
Oh, and he got strikeouts.
Yeah.
It was legitimate strikeouts. It wasn't no joke.
See, when I saw that, I was just like, man, the Major League was really terrible. They had to have been terrible back then.
Man. Because the damn, I almost called him an octogenarian. He wasn't 80. But he was about 63. I don't care what they said he was. You know Satchel Paige was way older than what he ain't had no birth certificate. He ain't know when the fuck he was born for real. He just knew he was born around
That time.
such and such time. Nigga, around is about 7 years. It could be plus or minus.
That's like then they say Manute Bol was
Manute-
probably in his 50s. when he
Manute Bol was definitely
nobody know.
in his 50s when he was playing in, or no, Dikembe Mutombo was definitely in his 50s when he was playing in the league because that motherfucker had old man face when he was in college. I was
Man.
like, damn, Dikembe, nigga, you look about 42 right now. Lord have mercy. Shout out to Christian Johnson.
I'm clinching.
Yeah, man, shit. Damn, who else was it? Let's see. You said Manute Bol. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we ain't know how old he was for real. Shit. We didn't know how old Hakeem was for real either.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't tell me Hakeem went at least 50 when he retired. At least.
He was up there.
Robert Parrish.
Oh, we know Robert
yeah.
Parrish was
Robert
like
Parrish was like
73.
70, yeah.
Robert Parrish, only 37 years old.
Like
Yeah,
right
he
now.
was definitely like 100. He was like definitely 73.
Man.
when he was out there, and would still fuck you up if you came in the paint the wrong way because he was Robert Parrish. He's Big Chief. No disrespect, Big Chief caught a quarter pound in the mail and didn't get no suspension before they stopped testing for weed. Big Chief was Big Chief, bitch. To quote Ross, Google me, bitch. That's what Robert Parrish was saying. Robert Parrish was B Real's favorite basketball player. Because without doubt, Robert Parrish was smoking weed because he got caught with a quarter pound in the mail. That's how you know you don't give a fuck.
At all.
And this is back in like 95, 94, 95, something like that.
Like niggas was getting actual time back then for weed.
Oh, yeah.
Niggas was actually getting away with that.
In the mail though?
Yes.
Man. Well shit, he didn't. I said he didn't.
Right.
Somebody snitched Robert Parrish out, probably. That's probably like,
How many transactions was actually happening?
is a Philadelphia 76ers fan. He was like, hey, yo, I gotta rat this guy out here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we get some of these games out. Fuck Robert Parrish here over there.
He's like, not Dr.
Wild,
J.
Wild West.
Let's go to Geno's and get a steak. Yeah. Philly fan. Philly fan still mad, boy. They gonna be
Still
mad next week too.
Oh yeah. No, they gonna be pissed.
Hey, I was watching Undisputed one day this past week. It might have been Thursday after the Chiefs had their Super Bowl parade, which we haven't talked about actually. The Chiefs Super Bowl Skip was hot, boy. He was like, man, I'm so tired of watching these guys celebrate and gloat and do all of this, blah, 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 blah. I'm Skip, I'm old, I might be racist, blah, 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 blah.
Let him tell it. He grew up with a black mammy.
That don't help you, Skip. It's like Chris Berman reminding everybody February 12th, the day of the Super Bowl, was also Abraham Lincoln's birthday. Hey, Chris Berman, fella, look, if you have, maybe looked up and read a book every once in a while, you would know and understand that Abraham Lincoln did not free slaves because he liked black people. He actually owned slaves. He needed bodies to throw at the Confederacy. So, therefore, he did what he must to abolish slavery. So niggas could go die in the war.
And that's really how it happened, folks.
Yeah.
We educate you here on the Sports Block of Red Hot.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you might be a Titans fan don't mean you can't learn nothing. Well, you cool. Over there, you cool. I mean, all right. I know a couple other Titans fans. I just laugh at y'all.
I'll say we're pretty awesome group.
But I will say that all three of you are in agreement that this past season was probably the last season for Derrick Henry to
Actually do something?
Yeah.
Because honestly, they're only keeping him around because of the new stadium. They got to sell some tickets. If
when's the
wasn't
new
case,
stadium come up?
next year.
Next year? Oof. Man.
Yeah, this is last year. Like no matter what happens,
This upcoming season is
it's a wrap.
But you know what though? Hilariously, even quote unquote diminished Derrick Henry is gonna give you 1,000 yards.
We need way more though.
No, but I'm just saying, just how cold Derrick Henry is, that even the quote unquote diminished Derrick Henry is gonna get you 1,000 yards.
Yeah, that's not gonna be enough for.
Oh, it's definitely not gonna be enough. Y'all gonna be some bums, or more bummy than y'all already were. But y'all bumming is definitely.
You can't do worse than losing your last 7 in a row.
You
ain't
could
gonna be
lost
no
8 in a row. So could have been that, but y'all didn't. Y'all should have.
Didn't have a chance to.
Yeah,
if it was an 18-game season, we would have lost 8 in a row.
but I told you from the beginning of the season that y'all was bums and that y'all was gonna bum out before the end of the season.
Well, I said we was gonna win 6 games, and I was.
Did
damn
y'all
near
win
right.
6?
We won 7.
Y'all won 7. Y'all won 7.
Yeah, 7 and 10.
Oh, y'all did win 7, huh?
Was 7 and 3. Ended up 7 and 10.
You know what that is? It's bum shit.
It most definitely is.
And you know how I can say that? Because I'm a Chiefs fan. We done did that.
Dang.
I remember Chiefs starting off hot on several years. 4-0, 5-0, 5-1, 5-4, 5-6, 5-8. Hold on, wait, what the fuck is going on?
You going back.
6-8, 7-8, 7-9. God damn it!
Now, one thing I can say, I do give Chiefs fans a lot of shit. I've given Chiefs fans a lot of shit for the last 43 years, but I am happy when y'all do win. Cause being in Kansas City, it's just a way better feeling. Like the people are way more happy. Cause it was some years like them years especially when y'all were good, but y'all took them crazy ass losses in the playoffs.
Oh man,
Like-
usually to the Colts
Shit was terrible. It was really bad around here.
or the Steelers.
Man.
Hey, I ain't even gonna front. I got some shit on my mind for the Steelers when we see them in the playoffs. Because I feel like we owe them
I'll beat that.
some information.
So okay, let's talk about that. What were the worst
Colts.
Even
Colts.
compared to the Steelers game where y'all scored
Colts.
2 touchdowns and they didn't score a touchdown and score one?
Colts.
Which Colts? Because there was 3
Pick
different
one.
ones.
All 3 of them fucked up.
Late
Lynn Elliott
late
kicks.
90s.
Those is fucked up. You can go with the no punt game.
No punt?
That one's fucked up. Or you can go with the
Andrew Luck.
Andrew
comeback.
Luck comeback.
Helicopter spin into the end zone.
That's fucked up.
So which
you
Colts
know,
was the worst loss then?
you know what? I'm gonna go with the fucking no punt game.
Yeah, I was gonna say the no punt game.
I'm gonna just say the no punt game.
That was y'all's best squad.
Because nobody punted. Entire game. Game went to overtime. Nobody punted. Oh, my bad. The Chiefs punted. One time.
No, they didn't. It was
no,
no
they
punts.
didn't.
It was no punts.
They
in
missed
that
the
game.
field goal.
It was the only reason why there was no score was because of halftime.
It was literally a track meet.
Yeah, the only time his team did not score is because of halftime.
Yeah, nobody punt. Man, look. That game was demoralizing. The Lynn Elliott game where he missed 3 field goals, that was understandable because it was like negative 47,000. It was cold as shit. I can understand that. I remember my gas tank. I was driving my, I believe I was driving my 79 or my 78. No, it was 78. Yeah, 78 Cadillac Coupe de Ville Limited at that time, and I needed to plug my engine up, even though it was using unleaded gas to keep the motor from freezing up because it was super cold. Yeah.
So all that heartbreak, now y'all done won 2 of the last 4. And I can't even talk shit no more.
And the
It
2 of
don't
the
even be
last
fun.
4 is beautiful. I'm glad for it. But I ain't even going to lie to you, man. I'm petty. You know I'm petty. How many times have I told y'all I'm petty? I'm about to tell y'all again how petty I am. I got a list of people that need to go ahead and take some of these hands in the playoffs. Not during the regular season, in the playoffs. The Steelers, we got these hands for you in the playoffs. We are completely and totally ready for y'all punk asses one more time. 100 more times.
Are they gonna be good enough to see
They
y'all
will
in the
not
playoffs?
be good enough to see us in the playoffs for a while because they suck ass. But somehow they are going to wind up not having a losing record because Mike Tomlin is, I think he signed a deal with the devil to not ever lose or have a losing record.
Losing record.
Because
Now this year, if they didn't have a losing record this year, I don't think that shit could ever happen.
I don't think that's why I just said I think he signed him a deal with the
Because them
devil or
niggas was
something.
for like
Because they should
what was they like 3-6?
Oh, they
Something
were
stupid?
completely it was worse than that, I thought. And they wound up winning like 4 out of the next 5 or something. I was like, huh? Oh man, these motherfuckers about to go like 9-8-1 or 8-7-1, 8-8-1.
No, they had a winning record, didn't they? I thought they went 9 and was it? No, they
had
I
a
think
tie.
8-8-1. Yep.
They had a tie, so they might have went 9-7-1. Yeah, I think that's 9-7-1, 8-8-1. I don't know, but they didn't have a losing record. The motherfuckers wound up squeaking out, and that's amazing because they really should have had a losing record. So Steelers got some of these hands for you in the playoffs. You know, Broncos, hey, if y'all want it, come get it. Got some of these hands for you in the playoffs too. And the Raiders,
Yeah, unless the Raiders get Rodgers or
you're not gonna make it to the playoffs
it's not happening.
because we own your stadium. You got like 7 Chiefs flags buried out there that you know about. Let's see who else we got these hands for in the playoffs. Respectfully, Cincinnati.
I knew you was gonna say the Bengals.
I mean, you know, I gotta say them because they talked that shit. They really talked that shit. So I gotta say them.
I ain't really worried about them.
Can't call it Burrowhead anymore though.
I ain't really worried about them because they ain't gonna be the same team after this offseason.
They really not gonna. They're not gonna miss much though. Higgins is gone.
They might lose Mixon and P.
One or the other. I don't think they're gonna lose both. And if they find a way to keep mixing, I don't think like P. Ryan is gonna be that big of a loss. I'm saying that big of a loss.
But I don't know, man. He busts our ass, and and anytime Chiefs came up on the schedule, they're like, Samaje, you on? It's yours, James. Backwards. Nah, I ain't too worried about them because we got them. We got them in the games that counted. I mean, we're 500 in the games that count. You know what I mean? They got an AFC championship. We got an AFC championship. Now we got to see if they can stay legit in that division. Their division's tougher than ours.
Man, I don't know. Cause you losing. Jackson's done with the Ravens.
Yeah,
I don't think he's coming back.
He's still facing way tougher defenses than we are.
Chargers, Broncos.
Yeah.
Compared to what, Steelers, Ravens?
Yeah.
That's a wash.
No, it's not.
That's
Everybody
a wash.
bootsies up fucking San Diego and Denver's got decent defense.
It's better than defense. I mean, it's better than decent.
I don't know, man.
Just think about this. If your offense scored 19 points in the first 9 games, y'all would have been 8-1. That's really saying something.
Yeah. I still ain't worried about. I'm not worried about the AFC West though. It's like these other teams cannot get out of their own way.
Now the Chargers, yes. I think with Peyton going to the Broncos, that's gonna be y'all's major competition in the West.
Maybe. As I see it now, that out of those 3, they the ones that got a chance, and that's purely off coaching.
Because we don't care about the Raiders. Raiders, that it is what it is.
No. I don't know.
But like I said, barring them getting Rodgers or another quarterback.
I think that'd be fucking terrible if they get Rodgers, which means they're probably going to do it. and it's going to be another season of us getting picked second or third in the fucking division. So about Kansas City might not make the playoffs. Man, get the fuck out of here.
I don't think the pundits are going to do that this year though, and especially the way that
It depends. I think it depends on what the Chiefs do. Still, I think because I think that if the Chiefs kind of do like they did this past offseason and don't like make any super major moves and just kind of fill in gaps where necessary. But I think that this time around maybe the pundits would give them a little more respect from the jump as opposed to doing how they did last time.
So you don't think anybody's gonna say Chiefs aren't making the playoffs at the beginning of this year like they did last year?
They shouldn't. But
Somebody
Skip Bayless will.
Now that would just mean Skip a hater at that point.
Skip's a hater. We already know Skip's a hater. There's nothing new about that information. Hating ass Skip Bayless is gonna say that the Chiefs, because he's trying to say that Mahomes' performance as a quarterback wasn't impressive in the Super Bowl because he didn't throw for 300 yards
against the best defense in the league, at a historical defense at that.
Speaking of pundits talking out their ass, Emmanuel Acho been out there showing his ass so much that his brother Sam had to get in on the party. Why did he name his top 5 quarterbacks and Mahomes nor Hurts was on the list?
That was a while back though when he did that, didn't he?
What was it?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody was just bringing it back up today, and that's still ridiculous.
Nah,
3 years ago, that list would have been ridiculous.
Because your boy Nick Wright got Mahomes 3 times in his top 5.
You got him 3 times.
Yeah.
He was like,
Mahomes
down.
on one leg, and then Mahomes down 10.
Mm-hmm. And then just regular Mahomes.
Yeah, and then regular Mahomes. Mahomes on one leg, Mahomes down 10. I was like, that's funny.
Did he have with Burrow and did he have Allen? I forgot who were the other 2 quarterbacks, the actual quarterbacks he had on there.
Who? Acho?
No, Nick Wright.
Oh, Nick Wright.
When he did his list.
I want to say it was Burrow. I think Burrow and Allen, maybe.
I know Burrow was one of them. I can't remember who.
Then it was
fifth one
Allen. I'm pretty sure it was Allen. But I thought the list was hilarious. It said Mahomes on one leg was still the 3rd best quarterback in the AFC.
And see, I think that's one of the what is it about Fox Sports where you got people just completely on 2 ends of the spectrum. Because you got Nick Wright, and we understand. Yeah, Nick is from KC, so he's gonna big up the Chiefs way more than what he probably should.
No, we need that. We ain't never had
really
that.
Need that.
We ain't never had that in 40, 50 years of sports broadcasting.
The way he does it though.
Yes.
Because it's a little extra.
It is.
It's a little extra.
I'm not gonna say it's not.
It's extremely over the top, but it has to be.
It has to be because nobody will pay attention to it
Because
if
otherwise,
we don't.
I mean, look,
But y'all are winning chips though.
Hey,
It don't matter.
But look who they're talking about right now on tomorrow on First Take.
They still hollering about the Chargers, man.
They're talking about the Cowboys. They're talking about the Jets. They're talking about the Packers. They're talking about Cowboys, Jets, Packers. They're talking about the Rams, and they're talking about the Broncos. They mention the Chiefs every once in a while because you have to mention the Chiefs.
But they don't want to. They don't want to speak on the Chiefs. It doesn't move their needle
Nah.
at all.
Mad Dog was on a First Take a couple of weeks ago, and he said he's chiefed out.
Yeah.
He said, I'm tired of the
I'm
Chiefs.
cowboyed out.
Oh, man, dude, everybody's cowboyed out. But, you know, Cowboy Nation
Doesn't care.
is vast and dumb. So, you know, we get to hear a lot about Cowboy Nation and Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott's and Micah Parsons, who is
He's a beast.
you know, I've been considering the term beast and animal and monster. I'll use monster because
You don't like beasts?
I don't. Yeah, beast is too Westport slavey. It just seems just like I'm about to sell you or something. I just don't. It just the term just for a person just doesn't. Cause also, think about who they call beasts. They don't ever call Joey Bosa a beast. They call Joey. They just
No,
call.
I've heard that's the
They
one.
just called Joey Bosa, or Nick Bosa.
Nah. They've called them.
They've called
Cro-Magnons.
J.J. Watt a beast every once in a while.
They've at least called them animals.
Well, you know, white folks can be animals. Animals sound dignified. You know what I'm saying? Animals sound house trained. Beasts.
No, not when they
Sound
talking about not when they say black people as animals.
Well, no, because they don't call black people animals. They call black people beasts. Beasts out in the, roaming in the field, you know, shitting anywhere. How we get onto this?
No idea.
This was not on the topic list.
Well, shit, since we talking about it, so what's the most cliche term that sports people use? Because I think it's like gym rat. And they normally call like white boys that.
Pocket passer. They still even with hybrid quarterbacks, they still make it a positive or they make it an exception when they say he can still sit in pocket. Everybody has to sit in the pocket. It's a pass. It's kind of what it does. That's how it starts. Like, yeah. Game manager. It's overused a lot.
I think the term selfless is overused.
Just in general, our sports.
In sports. Because ain't nobody doing this shit selflessly. They doing that shit for stats. It's their job. You know, they may enjoy doing what they do or whatever, but they still get a check behind that.
So, but you're saying at the professional level?
For the most part, yeah.
So who's not coming back for your Kansas City Chiefs? You the general manager. Who can you afford to let go?
Oh, we can afford to let anybody go.
Nah, you definitely can't afford to let Mahomes go.
We don't have to.
That's not
His
even,
check is his
he
check
said
is
it.
yeah, I
rope.
say that's not even an option. That's,
That money been spent. Hey, but you know what though? Hold on. Now that you say that though, if this was a Carl Peterson GM team, you might mess around and see something like that.
But if it was Carl
See-
Peterson, y'all would have never drafted him though. There's no way y'all was drafting a quarterback during his regime.
If he stayed here, if he stayed here with Andy's coming in as the head coach, he'd have did whatever Andy told him to
He
do.
would have never got Andy though. Because Andy would have had way more power than what Carl would have liked.
Sure. But Carl wouldn't at that point. He would just be like, "That's cool, man. I just want to talk. I just want to be able to talk my shit." You know. Yeah, you the boss. You know, I'm just riding this out real quick.
And
Got
how
to
many-
save the Hunt family some money.
like over the history of the NFL, how many general managers do y'all think were as popular or as, how can I put this, who had name recognition like Carl Peterson in their city?
oh, there's a few. Old boy out in Seattle during the Legion of Boom time. Let's see. The GM for the New York Jets, just because, continually fucking up. The GM for the Giants, same reason. When what's his name was GM for the Panthers when Cam was there.
Gettleman?
Yeah. He had love, and they had love for him in Charlotte because he took him to the Super Bowl, but he really wasn't putting no assistance around Cam. Let's see. Oh shit, old boy up in Pittsburgh, Rooney.
He was the owner though.
That's the owner, not the GM.
Shit, whoever the GM is, I think it's one of his grandsons or something. Shit, because whatever they up there doing, well, like I said before, I think they made that deal with the devil. I'd say Brett Veach gets way more love than Carl Peterson ever got.
Well, I'm not saying love. I'm just saying like name recognition. Because in Kansas City to this day, if you say Carl Peterson, like Chiefs fans for real, they face get.
Oh, he's very polarizing. He's still very very polar because.
Hold on, but do you know anybody that was a Carl Peterson backer?
Oh, a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah. Carl Peterson wouldn't have lasted 15 years here if he didn't have backers. Let's keep it funky.
He had Lamar Hunt's vote of confidence.
I think that's what it was.
He had Lamar Hunt's pockets getting fat.
And his profit margin right.
And that wasn't happening for a while, so.
I had to go.
Well, it hadn't happened in a while, so shit. It was either, Carl Peterson who's getting these asses in the seats, or have we established enough for when Carl Peterson is gone to keep asses in the seats? And the answer was temporarily was yes. And then we really quickly found out that it was no.
But I still don't think he really gets enough. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think I think he gets too much credit for the successes that happened during his tenure.
Why wouldn't he?
Because
put that shit together.
because it was really more about the coaching that was successful more than it was the talent acquisition.
Man, but y'all didn't have
Yes
a
and
quarterback
no.
for years though.
But we never had a quarterback. But that wasn't Marty's fault that we never had a quarterback.
No, it wasn't. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that Peterson gets too much credit for our successes. Like he wasn't the architect of this thing. It was Marty.
So you're saying Marty is a way better coach than what people give him credit for then? Because he did basically.
No, I think people give Marty Schottenheimer at least the commensurate amount of credit, if not more. He was the first sign of stability in our organization for over 2 decades. Yeah. You know,
well, that was just on the Chiefs though, because they had Marv Levy before they had Marty Schottenheimer,
right?
And
I'll say them years wasn't good though.
But they also
and John Malkovich.
Yeah,
they also
80s squads. Them shits was trash.
Well, they was drafting terribly. I mean, they were just
terribly
drafting terribly. How do you? We all know who all was on the board in 1984 in the infamous draft, and they chose to take Ty Blackledge. Look, Ty Blackledge was a solid college quarterback.
Hold on. At best.
At best.
At best.
At best. I'm not gonna take anything away from him, because he can do stuff I can't do. Shit, I can't, heat that motherfucker 50 yards down the field. Shit. Let alone not do it and not get it intercepted. But you had Dan Marino. You had John Elway.
Jim Kelly.
You had Jim Kelly. Vinny Testaverde.
Passed on all of them.
Hell, we'd have done better with Ken O'Brien.
Where'd he go, to the Jets?
Yep.
I mean, there were like 12 quarterbacks that they said,
That's a lot of quarterbacks to miss on.
But they was all Hall of. See, that's the thing. They were all Hall of Famers.
Our numbers on Blackledge are.
Yeah, if they were just good, that's one thing.
I'd be okay with it if they were just good. But no, it was like 6 Hall of Famers.
No, it was 5 jackets in that round, dog. It was 5 jackets.
We was talking about quarterbacks, like that were picked before or around that time.
Man,
that's a lot to miss, dog. That's a lot to miss. Hell, you could have traded back up into the first and took a stab and won.
Still got another quarterback.
It's still.
I was saying because Marino went in 20 like
23rd,
23rd up there, yeah.
Stupid like that, yeah.
Yeah, man, it was.
And the reason he was dropping because they thought he was on coke.
Is that what the deal was with him?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then Miami ended up drafting him. That's
We'll take him. We'll take him.
Miami was like
bring
shit.
him on down.
He'll be perfect here.
We got detox.
He'll be perfect.
We'll tell him when the drug test started. We got this synthetic urine down.
Motherfucker gonna own the team before he's done.
We want him, and we gonna give him the good blow. Don't give him none of that super step down. Just give him enough to keep him active.
That purge.
And if they do drop him, we can take care of him.
Hey,
Go Panthers.
I do find it odd that I mean, obviously I know you can't really test for it as easy as you can for marijuana, but yeah, I don't hear about football players getting busted with coke no more.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't do coke.
Shit.
No, but one thing they do, they don't specify like when a player does get busted, it's normally just PEDs or they'll say a banned substance.
Yes.
So you never know.
But like who was that? What was that 4240 white boy play for the Jags? Wide receiver?
Jones.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's about the last one I heard got caught up with some powder. You know? In Arkansas. I don't know. I just figured you catch a little bit more of that, especially with dash cam videos and fucking, you know, the personal cameras or whatever, body cameras and shit. I'd figure you find somebody get caught with some perks or some powder or something.
I say Hersey.
I mean, these cats are still well.
You gotta say allegedly.
Was that allegedly?
No,
he
Ursay's
did
on
that
that
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
That's no allegedly.
That was reportedly.
Yeah, he was riding around.
Reportedly.
That's factually. You hear how he talked to motherfucking Commando's owner? He told the motherfucker, "Hey, we don't want you here." Yeah, you know, they've been trying to be cool about it. They was like, you know what I'm saying, chill, Jim, chill. But Jim ain't got no chill.
Your boy said he ain't giving up the squad though.
He's not gonna give up the squad in the moment.
I don't think he's gonna give it up.
I think somebody's gonna come to him with the right number, and he's gonna be like, you know what? Fuck all this. I'm gonna get this money.
Well, he's gonna be super hot
But I think
if he can't get a ring out of this before he
I also think
goes
that
out.
Dan Snyder has a thing about owning people.
That's what it is. I don't think he's ever gonna sell the squad.
Yeah, he likes.
Yeah, no, he wants to be the owner of the Redskins. That's what he wants to be.
Owner Dan Snyder. Like that's worth too much to him.
Owning people.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong there.
We know who keeps the modern plantation.
And just
hey,
think about he has millionaires saying my owner. Like that's got to be an ego trip for somebody like him.
I just want to
hey,
thank my
but look,
owner.
if the NBA can run two out of the paint in less than a decade,
I'm saying
ain't nobody's untouchable.
He ain't dropped the M-bomb yet. At least on record.
Yeah, hold on, it hasn't come out yet. If them emails hit, woo! If all them emails hit, woo!
That'll do it. No, I honestly think it can't be something on paper or something electronic. Like they have to hear him say the word in order to get him up out of there. Cause he can be like, I ain't sent that email.
Nah, he ain't got a lot of friends no more.
I don't know. I don't think he ever did though.
Jerry Jones liked him.
Did he though?
Yeah. Yeah, he was a Snyder apologist for a while.
As all a part of his ruse to get his guard down.
I guess. But yeah, I think once I think for Snyder to give it up, you have to take all the value out of being the owner of the Washington Commanders. You know what I mean? It's got to be a position that nobody wants.
It's only 32 of them though. Like somebody's always going to want to be the owner of a professional franchise. And I mean the NFL is king right now. So to say I'm the owner of an NFL team, like if I was ever in that position, I'm not giving that up. Like you for real gonna have to, pull me out of that position like kicking and screaming.
Hey.
And shooting.
Hey, who you think would be a better owner of the Washington Redskins? Dan Snyder or Michael Jordan?
Man, if we being honest, Dan Snyder, because man.
But wait. Let me put this to you. let me put this to you. Since Jordan's not a football player, right? He's a businessman. In that context, he's not gonna have his hand deep in it like he does with the Bach or whatever team he's got now.
Like evaluating players and shit like that.
Yeah, he's gonna have no parts of that. All he's gonna do is get me a team in here and put some shoes and some clothes on them. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying there. Man.
And I think Dan Snyder, if he owned the back,
Jordan's just not that guy's own.
if he owned the Wizards, he would just fucking he would do the same bullshit he's on right now. And you'd be doing it with a bunch of drama queens because basketball players talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it really behooves anybody for Michael Jordan to own a professional sports franchise, but
He really shouldn't.
I think he would be better at running a football team than he would be a basketball team.
That's just a hard one. Because we actually have a comparison.
Yeah, but I don't know if the comparison matches. You know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of owners in the NFL don't know what the fuck they doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How much more poorly could Michael Jordan do?
Well, I mean, as far as the Redskins, I mean, he can't do that much worse.
Exactly. And you would get free agents. Mm-hmm. You would get free agent pools. People want to say, I'll play for Michael Jordan.
Get all the J's you want.
Yeah. That shit is real cachet. You know what I mean?
At a discounted rate.
Free.
He ain't giving you shit for free.
You get them C stocks for free, bro.
Michael Jordan is not giving anybody anything for free.
Them Jones that Ross turned down.
Yeah, the B Jordans.
That's what I'm saying. The C and the D's. You can have as many of them as you want, bro.
Michael Jordan is not giving you those. Someone else is giving you those under the guise of Michael Jordan.
The Israeli Nikes. The ones made in Israel. Check your box, folks. You know what I'm talking. Sneakerheads know what I'm talking about. Oh, speaking of sneakers, Rent-A-Center is renting Jordans now.
Oh no! No! Oh!
You can rent Jordans for $19.99 a week in certain Rent-A-Centers now.
Damn, a week?
Mm-hmm. Think about that for a second.
And motherfuckers holler, what's wrong with capitalism?
Do you like
that?
Pay them off in like 10 weeks? Or I guess probably 14 weeks knowing Rent-A-Center.
Well, shit, Rent-A-Center maybe a year.
Maybe.
You renting the own shoes, dog?
Renting the own shoes.
What happens if you don't pay?
Shit, the same way if you don't pay for your TV. Come and get your shit.
Off your feet.
Yeah, they're pulling up to the crib.
Take them off, dog.
Go ahead and unlace them.
Y'all gonna have to shoot me.
Man. It's like, we're going to take it back to the 80s then. Very well.
Niggas getting shot for J's.
Speaking about free agents that won't be returning to their teams, did y'all hear about this Daniel Jones salary request?
Was he talking something ridiculous?
Like 45
45 plus annual for Daniel Jones? No,
That's quarterback money now.
that's
That's NFL.
That is
that's
elite
NFL.
quarterback money.
That's bottom. That's baseline NFL starting quarterback money at this point. That's where the contracts are going to start.
No, man.
You're not going to find another quarterback going forward that's going to make less than 40, 45 a year. That's where it's starting now. That man took his squad to the playoffs. From what they were the year before, he's going to make at least 40. When it's all said and done, if
Who's going to sign this man for $40 million, dog?
Somebody's going to do it.
The Giants ain't about to do it.
Somebody's going to do
The
it.
Jets might.
Yeah, he may not have to move.
Oh, that would be so stupid.
He may not have to move.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Do you know how mad Jets fans would be? Because all last year, they're like, we glad we ain't got them problems.
Nah. Is he better than Wilson and White Mike?
He's not better than White Mike.
Are you sure
Yep.
he's not better than White Mike?
Yep.
Are you just saying that because your hatred for Daniel Jones runs?
No.
You really hate that dude.
I don't hate him. I don't hate him. But
He's better than White Mike.
no, he's not. No, he's not.
Everything the same. Everything the same.
His running yards are the only difference.
Everything the same. You're taking White Mike over Daniel Jones. you're taking White Mike to take
Better arm talent. Yep.
That playoff that Giants team to the playoff.
Yes.
I don't see it. The way you feel about
Okay,
Daniel
let me put it like
Jones-
this: if the Giants were to re-sign Daniel Jones for $45 million, what they gonna do for a line to protect him?
Shit, the same thing they did this year.
And then
not
what about
much.
Saquon? Because you need Saquon back.
Yeah. And is this last year on his
He's
on
free
his
agent.
contract?
Yeah. And they was talking about fucking possibly tagging Jones. Oh my God!
So he's definitely gonna get 40 in if they tag him.
If they tag him, yeah. But but nah.
Yeah, the way you feel about Jones is the way Porter feels about LeBron.
No. My distaste is far more reasonable. Far more reasonable. We seen the tape, dog. Like the tape is out there. Like
He took him to the playoffs. Like what more can you ask for of your starting quarterback than to take him to the playoffs and give him a chance? That's what he did.
oh, we gonna use the Matt Castle defense. Is that what you're gonna do? Is that what we're doing?
He lost his best weapon. Tony was his best weapon. He just never played with him.
Man, I don't think he wanted to play. I don't think Tony wanted to play with him, dog. I don't think he wanted to. No, I do not believe in Daniel Jones. I do not. Do I think he's going to be in the league for a long time? I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he is. He'll either be a journeyman or
He doesn't have to be a journeyman.
he'll be somebody's long-term backup. You know what I mean?
Because the Giants, I'm telling you, the Giants are going to give him at least 40. He'll get 4 for 160 or 5 for 200
Hey, man,
with a bunch of ridiculous guarantees.
I wouldn't give him no more than 38 just to make a point. Daniel Jones cannot be in the fucking $50 million quarterback
He's
ranks. He can't
definitely-
be.
Every starting quarterback that's going to sign a contract in 2023 going forward is going to make at least $40 million a year. All of them. That's just where it's at.
I can't. Nah, I just can't do that. Okay, so, oh yeah, no, he ain't getting that. Hold on, here's the salary rankings right here. After shit, Mahomes is gonna make 45 next year. There ain't no fucking way you gonna pay Daniel Jones more than Mahomes in any year. In any year.
It's gonna happen.
In any year. Matt Stafford making 40 mil. Dak Prescott 40 mil. He need to take Kirk Cousins' money and go on about his business.
But this is
35 mil, guaranteed.
But ain't that the last year on Kirk's deal that he signed?
I think it is.
That 3 year?
I think it is. Jared Goff is 33.5. I'll take Goff over here. Oh, we can cut us off shit. Fuck it. I could talk about Daniel Jones' bullshit all year.
Most definitely. Well, anyway, folks, another episode of Sports Block with J-Ritoc. Peace.